Hello, everyone. How are you today? How are you weathering this weather and so many changes happening in our world? It's a bit overwhelming at times, and so we really need to do our grounding work, our deep presence work, and our heart coherence work. Those are the healing supports that will get you from A to B, that will heal that which is blocking you now. So I didn't finish covering fear in the last video and this card. So I want to cover more of that today. There again, just have a good look at that. This is a Metatron card. Metatron guided me to talk about these things a couple of weeks ago, and I did a video last week, and I think it was on the weekend maybe, but I didn't completely finish talking about this card. And fear is something that I will probably talk a lot about moving through into Christmas and beyond, because we're dealing with so many changes. And in truth, the human being is frightened to death of change. What will my friends say? What will my family say? What happens with change? How does one change? Fear is triggered with even that word change, depending on the context of the conversation. So today, first of all, I'm going to activate the chakra grids. So grounding is really important. Like I said in the last video, smudging. I did a really good smudge before I started this video today, and I have the smudge going, the smoke. And so that's the first thing that you want to do. Clean yourself off. I'll be doing more videos about why we need to clean ourselves off. In short, it brings you back home to true you. If you don't clean yourself off, you carry all kinds of stuff from everybody else, and the mind gets its power, and it's really hard to stay in the heart. It's really hard to learn how to stay in the heart if you're not cleaning yourself off. That's the first thing you want to do. So I have my chakra grids here today. So of course, the first one is your Earth Star chakra. Try and get that where it doesn't, where you get a better picture of it. Okay, there's a little Earth Star chakra. And before I activate the Master Crystal, I want to share this with you. When I did the video last week and activated these Master Crystals for each of the chakras, the Earth Star, the Root, and the Heart. When the video was done and complete, then what I do is I hold them in my hand and I send white light into them, and I clear them with my crystal tuner so that they can be cleared. But during the video, they were activated, and everybody who watches that video receives that energy. So these little crystals, when I began to clear them, they were just pulsating like holy Moses in the bottom of my hand. And so I know that anyone who was tuned in spiritually with their heart and feelings was getting, well, you're all getting it, whether you're tuned in or not, but hopefully you can feel some of the energy that comes when I'm doing this for you. So I wanted to share that. So we're going to talk again now, because we're going to do the Earth Star chakra first. That chakra is just below your feet, 8 to 12 inches below your feet, and it anchors you into Mother Earth And the soul, literally, your soul, your earth soul, literally comes up through that chakra, through all your chakras to the creator. So when you nourish that chakra, and particularly with your heart, you're doing beautiful things for your soul and a lot more, which you'll learn about as we go along here. So these are 4 Earth Star Chakra cards that I use a lot. I use them in readings too, but I surround the chakra, the Earth Star chakra, with these cards. So this is the first one, and it's Mother Earth. So just see if you can feel Mother Earth energy with that card. Mother Earth, she's so unconditionally loving. She carries us on her back. Every step we take, we walk upon her. She carries us. Every breath we take is from her air. The water we drink is from the water she provides for us. And the food that we eat is the food that she provides for us. And the medicine that she provides is phenomenal. Just let that breathe through your heart, breathing through the heart chakra, breathing it, feeling her, feeling her. And this is the grounding that you get. Feel the grounding. See the roots going deep, deep into Mother Earth from your Earth Star chakra. This is the top here is the mandala for the Earth Star chakra that comes with these cards. So see those roots growing deep, deep into Mother Earth from your Earth Star chakra. This grounding is so important for all matters of life, and especially if you want to grow more love. So here we have nurturing. Here's nurturing. Mama and cub, baby cub. So nurturing your little innocent child. We're going to talk about that today. Nurturing your adult. That little child has got to be part of it. That innocent little child born on planet Earth. And the next one is rebirth. Rebirth is learning how to get in touch with all those parts. See the butterfly there? It's learning to get in touch with all those parts that are not your innocent child, or not your soul self, that you've taken on in order to survive on planet Earth. You have to become like the butterfly who goes through the 4 stages before it becomes the butterfly. And we do that with every stage of our growth and our healing. There's layers. So now we're going to activate this chakra with the Master Crystal. So Master Crystal, I activate you to channel to all my listeners the healing energy of Mother Earth. And so it is. We love you. And so it is. And now we're going to do the root chakra. And I have an activation card here I'm going to use today for the root chakra. That's an activation card. So as you look at that, it's going to activate your root chakra. But you need to tune in also to your root chakra. Feel it. Feel it. And this is the root chakra, flower of life, chakra grid. And as I said in the last video, this is a really important chakra, along with your Earth Star chakra, because this chakra, when it's grounded and strong, all the life force through all your chakras flows much more evenly and strongly. And we need that for our health, for our grounding, for our clarity of mind, heart and mind. We need to be grounded. And that grounds you with your soul vibration, your heart vibration, true you. So this is the activation crystal. I'm going to hold it here in my hand. And I'm going to say, beautiful Master Crystal, I'm asking you to be activated to channel grounding energy to the root chakras of all my viewers and to me. And so it is. And now we're going to do, whoops, sorry, just dropped something here. I'm just going to do now the heart chakra. But first of all, I'm going to give you an activation card. Sorry, my hand's shaking here. An activation card. This will help your heart chakra to activate. So just soak into that. Now this is the flower of life little chakra grid that I've got for the heart. And I'm going to activate it with Master Crystal. Master Crystal, I activate you to channel healing, loving energy into the heart chakras of each of my viewers and me. Heart chakra energy is both healing and loving. And so it is. And again, I'm going to use these sprays because that helps activate us and the grids. Earth Star, Chakra Grid. The root chakra and grid. And the beautiful heart chakra, the healing, loving heart chakra. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do some heart coherence practice. We're grounded. Now we can go into heart coherence practice. These are the vibrations that you need to bring into you and ground them into you so that fear doesn't get you so much. I forgot to mention again that the root chakra has been aimed at with fear by the dark cult, the dark ones, to stop us human beings from coming to know who we truly are, how amazing we actually are. So nourish that root chakra so that you can overcome some fears one at a time. One at a time. So now we're going to go into heart coherence. So just get comfortable with your back straight, feet flat on the floor. And close your eyes so you can focus. You can put your hands at your heart like this. You can place your hand on your heart. Whatever helps you focus on your heart. And just close your eyes and focus on your heart. Get really deep into your heart. And now begin to breathe a little bit slower and a little bit deeper than normal. And imagine that you're breathing through your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Just continue to breathe in and out through your heart chakra. When you're grounded, this feels really good. And now bring in a feeling of peace, appreciation. Easy does it. Just bring that feeling in and breathe it in. Feel it and breathe the feeling in with each breath, in and out. Through your beautiful heart chakra, your heart chakra. The longer you do this, the more grounded and coherent you become. Affirmation while in heart coherence. Repeat after me. I am grounded in heart coherence and holding it steady. So be it. Another one. My whole body is grounded with Mother Earth and my heart in coherence. And so it is. I give my whole self the intention of holding this deep presence with my heart and Mother Earth all day, all night. And so it is. And as you're ready, you may slowly come back into the Zoom room. So everyone's heart is now in coherence. You are out of fear. You are out of worry. You are out of anxiety, sadness, and you are in the sacred energy of your body in heart coherence. Your whole body is in heart coherence. And this means that every cell, every organ, every function in your body is functioning at optimal levels. This is the support that you give yourself for your improved health, for healing that which takes you away from heart, from true heart and grounding, that from healing being in the head versus learning to anchor into your beautiful heart and whole body. So coherence is divine connection with who you are. It's divine healing to become your innocent child, soul self as you were born to be. And so it is. So again, here is the diagram. Your soul has been activated in heart coherence. So all systems are flowing in harmony at optimal levels. So continue. And what happens when you're in heart coherence is that the sparkling divine energy of the soul flows through all the cells to all the cells of your body, into your aura, and it begins to soften all the emotional clumps and worries and things like that that's in your aura and at a cellular level. So heart coherence and grounding together with Mother Earth is really healing. So this card, I want to come back to this card. This card that Metatron has guided me to work with for you, for all of us on these YouTubes today, last week and today. So safety. Safety is the first one. Let's look again. Card is lots of red there, and it's for safety, strength, and power. So first of all, there is no safety if heart coherent love is not present. There is no true strength if grounding and heart coherence is not present as your state. Same with safety. There is no safety if there's not grounding and heart coherence anchored in. Same with power. We have no idea what power is really. Power's love power. And so by grounding, loving, getting into here, out of the head, into here, into the body, into the heart, grounding and creating heart coherence, you will gradually learn the true power of love. This takes daily practice, daily practice, and listening. In the Heart Coherence Training, I teach you how to listen to your heart, intuition, how to hear the insights that the heart. I'm going to show you this diagram again. This represents your heart and your soul. Your heart is the doorway to your soul. And the heart again. I'm going to repeat this again because it's so important to remember. The heart has got some 40,000 neurons that are constantly scanning all parts of you and your environment and communicating to you 24/7. So heart insight is tuning into that communication. Intuition is tuning in to that communication that is constantly flowing to you. But many don't, you can't get it if you're here. I don't mean to offend this, but this is your lower mind, okay? Heart coherence takes you into the higher mind. This has gotten us into a lot of trouble, and it will continue to get you and others in trouble until we learn to get here and hold it. We learn to hold it. So now where was I at? Where was I leading to here? I lost my train of thought there. The communication that your soul and your heart is constantly giving to you. There's a lot of beautiful, beautiful wisdom, healing wisdom, soul purpose wisdom that you will get as you learn to tune into that divine flow of communication, constantly trying to reach you. But it's our triggers, our lack of healing, our fears, lack of healing, that innocent child within every one of us that blocks you from true heart intuition, from true soul healing. So when we talk about safety, I'm going to lead you into a meditation yet here today that will get in touch with these parts. With safety, if you go back to, I want you to envision going back to when you were in your mother's womb. Fear conditioning began during that time. Your mother had fears that were unhealed, not her fault. These are just realities that I'm stating. Your mother had fears that she hadn't healed. So did your dad. And you started to take some of those on even in the womb. So in order to enjoy safety and learn what safety really is, we need to first learn to be grounded in heart coherence and hold that presence, where we learn to not allow triggers and fears to throw us off key. Okay. So in that presence, we can go back to that time that we were in the womb and learn to embrace it. That innocent little child coming to live on planet Earth. Born. Even the traveling through the birth canal can be a fearful thing for the little baby, the innocent child. So, there's kind of the warrior side of each one of us. It took a lot of strength to go through that birth canal and come into this earth world. It took a lot of strength. So remember that too. There's some strength for this card here. The strength to do what must be done, but do it with love. Do it. Learn how to grow love so you use your strengths in a good way. Heart wisdom. And power is like the weaving of your innocent child and your strength together. It's weaving gentleness and strength as one. It requires humbleness, clarity of mind, intuition development, all done by grounding, growing heart coherence to stronger and stronger levels, and holding deep presence. When we learn to hold deep presence, that's a training ground to help us to hold feelings, which I'll get into later in later videos. But feelings are the divine soul energy that are communicating to you constantly, that we can learn so much from about our healing and our gifts. So now I'm going to read. Just a minute, I just have to find it. Where did it go? Oh yes, this is an email. This is actually on my website, this page. And it's an email that I sent out today. And I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to do the meditation that will take you into this place of the innocent child, deep presence in the now. So fear, rest in the stillness of your heart. This is like a meditation, an exercise, and a teaching. Rest in the stillness of your heart, your beautiful heart. Here, in that place of stillness in your heart, you can become aware of what your senses are telling you. And there is no judgment. There just is. Just is. It's like a movie. It's like the fish swimming across the fish tank, just swimming across through the water. So it's like you become aware of your senses and you just let them be. Just let them be. Ask your heart in the sense of love, where does my fear run under my radar? So where is there fear that I do not acknowledge or do not see yet? And then you listen. And there will be signs. There will be signs. And if it doesn't come to you during the meditation, it will come to you in a dream, or just as you're waking up, or in a moment of calmness. The insight will go on like a light bulb. And the next question is, what fear do I project in my vibration? What fear do I project in my words, my actions, my person? Listen for what your heart can tell you. There will be those insights coming through, that communication. Let your intuitive guidance speak to you. Listen. Listen carefully. It is speaking to you. And then write down whatever you observe within your body and the whisper message that comes from your heart. So write down a feeling or something. Write down something to start that process. That is you taking action to show your heart and your soul that you are wanting to learn and grow. They need that confirmation from you. So write down something. if you don't get anything. But what you get, write down. Okay. So if you don't get anything, so the mind thinks you did get something. A feeling, a little vision maybe, but a feeling more than anything, there's a feeling that's speaking to you. We each carry fear. There's no exemptions. There's no one who's exempt. Everybody carries fear. And mankind today carries a lot of fear because we've been living in fear consciousness. We've been in slavery. And that's how they kept us in slavery, by making us fearful. That's how they control us. They controlled us. But that is passing, guys. That is passing. I don't know if you listen to the back channels for news, but that is passing. May not look like it. I don't watch mainstream media. Like I said the other day, I don't watch it because it's so, you get a lot of lies there. And I won't watch mainstream media till they clean it up. And they are starting to slowly clean it up as to what is really going on in the world. And there are little clues that are coming through. So I understand via mainstream media. So it's difficult to, sort through the chat. So I go to the back channels and listen to the ones who are able to sort through the chat, who have the time to do that and give us truth reporting. So everybody has got fear, and a lot of them, guys. When I started dealing with my fears, I think my first fear was actually having to look at where I had wronged people in my life. That was in the 12-step program. Step 4 is doing our inventory. Step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those steps are doing our inventory. And when I learned that step, I went into fear. I went into fear. I just thought, oh my God, I've already got enough to deal with. I was emotionally frightened. But I kept doing the program. I kept working it as best I could. And lo and behold, God, Spirit, my heart knew where I needed the first healing. It was my inner child. It was my inner child. So memories began to come through that I forgot all about. I didn't even know I had them because everything was frozen inside of me, just so I could survive as a little kid. And some of those memories, as I continued working my spiritual program, Emotions Anonymous, Spirit would give me, my heart and my soul would give me what I most needed, and that was inner child healing. And that was some of the most painful healing I ever did. But I made it. I made it through. I was sexually abused as a child by several. And I won't talk a lot about that today. That was deep healing to do. And I had no idea about some of it that had happened to me as a little child, especially 3 and under, 3 years old and under, probably since I was a baby. But Spirit would bring just the memories that I could handle, but oh my God, some of it I couldn't handle. But I did. I had to. So it was, and I didn't know about heart coherence at that time, but I was a pipe carrier. And I was aligning to Mother Earth. I was doing the smudging. And thank God that's what helped me, because when I felt like I had nothing left inside of me, which is what healing becomes like, it's like emptying out. That's what the earth feels like right now. It feels like we're all empty. We have nothing to hang on to. Many are feeling that way. I don't, but many are. And because that's the healing that we're all having to do. You have to get to that nothingness place and do something that's nourishing so that you can start to heal. So when I reached that absolute, very draining emptiness deep inside of me that I must have felt when I was being abused, and I went walking on the earth. I went to a park by the river, just went walking and sat with her. And that was how my healing began. That was giving me renewed strength. And then I was able to fill my pipe within a day or two. I would keep on smudging. That takes it away. Oh, sorry. I just have to shut this timer off. Smudging is really important when you're healing, as well as the heart coherence. You guys don't have a pipe, so you have to use your smudging and your heart coherence practice. Actually, I'm just going to mention here, I've been going through some healing again recently. Like once you start getting into the heart, you're walking the life of love and healing together as one. Okay, so the healing never stops. The love growing never stops. So I was going through some really deep healing stuff here a couple of days ago. 3-4 days, actually over the next probably a week, but it was really bottoming a few days ago, and it was like I couldn't shake it. So what I started doing was I would go on my training device, my Heart Coherence training device, and I would do 3 minutes to lift my energy. And I did that every time I felt myself sinking again. And it got me through it. Now I'm coming out the other end. I still have my moments, but I'm coming out the other end. A lot of people like myself are going through deep, deep healings that we're taking on some of the energy of the collective, as well as doing a little bit of healing that we hadn't done yet. That's how I see that. But some of it though is some rather, I'm listening to many of the healers, the old souls who are like myself, and some of the human beings have not been very kind to them. They can be quite expecting and impatient and rude, you might say. So people like us, we have to stick together, and we have to, and those who are loving our teachings, we need to support each other. We need to support each other because there's always some who are going to try and take away the joy, the healing, the joy, the goodness that you're growing and giving and building. So yeah, so you need those heart coherent practices to overcome people like I just spoke about, but also, and just send them love. They need love. All those signs of negativity are signs of a broken, wounded child, and signs of needing love. They're signs of they're not building their own healing and love practices. And anyway, we just have to send them love, send them pink bubbles of love, golden pink light, but practice some heart coherence. And then just visualize some of that going to them, and then give yourself lots. Give yourself lots. We have to, in this developing heart coherence, we have to learn to build it in ourselves first. We cannot, I have some students who think that we're supposed to, have a little love and then give it all away. You can't grow your heart coherence if you do that. You'll get drained. You'll drain yourself. And that's not that's not the purpose here. The purpose is to grow inside of you strength, safety, love, for you first. You first. And that is the most strongest, most beautiful thing you can do ever for your soul. And all souls in truth, because that is the strongest vibration you will ever grow. And we are moving into a time of vibration where words are going to mean little. Vibration will always has actually spoken louder than words. So, okay, so fear at this time is a planetary energy that we all share, and I wrote that back in 2018. The more we can get into our hearts, the more we can dilute the fear within us and for our planet and all on our planet. What we carry inside of us, we feed to the planet. So there again, I come back to nourishing yourself first, so that what you carry inside of you and build inside of you and grow inside of you does nourish the planet. You don't actively have to do it. In groups, you can, but on your own for now, until you're getting a little stronger, focus on building heart power for you, grounding, deep presence, heart power for you. So this practice, rest in the stillness of your heart. This is a practice. This is a beautiful way to develop your ability to hear the heart's intuitive messages. As you practice it with Heart Coherence Practice, before you start and during, you will experience the benefits unfolding. So if you've got some smudge, some sage, some incense, that's of a good quality, do some now before we go into this practice. And as you facilitate this process, this meditation with Heart Coherence, the heart will help you. Your heart will help you. And you will begin to hear the silent whispers of your heart, the insights being given to you from a higher intelligence that comes only through your heart, never your mind. Your mind cannot connect to a high intelligence. Your mind is conditioned. This mind here, it's conditioned. It's like a computer. So it can't. You need feelings, heart. You need heart to connect to the higher intelligence. I teach about this in the Heart Coherence Training, Heart Coherence and Building Resilience. I teach about that in that training and all my coaching sessions, and I guide my clients through it. It is the way to insight of the heart's intelligence, high level of intelligence. And when combined with empathy, one creates connection. So we want to have empathy or fear, the fear in us. And we're just going to go back to that little child. We're going to deal with that fear first, of maybe the sound of your mother or the sound of your dad, or hearing something that caused fear for you. This is also an exercise that will facilitate a gradual shift to where you can become more familiar with the practice of thinking with your heart. I was taught in the sweat lodges week after week after week in the years that I spent with the Native people. Think with your heart, learn to think with your heart, learn to think with your heart, learn to think with your heart. I heard it week after week after week. When I first heard it, I was baffled. But I didn't ask questions. I didn't block it. I just went with it. And I kept doing the sweat lodges and the ceremonies and the things that were so beautiful. And I gradually began to understand what that meant. Because you see, I was mind conditioned too before I went there. But by following the practices that they guided me, that they taught me and guided me to do, I slowly learned what that meant, thinking with your heart. It's an intuitive language of the feelings in your body. It's coming from your soul and the higher intelligence of your heart. So that's what we want to learn to become aligned with. Another benefit to practicing this exercise is that you will learn where your fears are. So you may transform them and become less fearful. This is self-care. This is true self-care and part and parcel of loving yourself as your heart and soul wants for you. You cannot grow on a heart level or a soul level until you are learning to love you with all your heart. And that's what I aim to keep teaching. So learn to think and be in your heart every day, every moment, as best as you can. And as soon as you can make that shift, and keep doing the shift throughout the days and make it a habit. It's a beautiful transition to make every effort to become a natural habit to be in your heart. And it does become natural the more you practice it and work with it. One of the greatest rewards is greater peace within. And you're only going to get that by working with the powers of love. Your heart. As we transition to being in the heart, it gradually becomes a refreshing new habit that is peaceful, balancing to all systems and grounding. And gradually, all things in your life begin to transform also. It's patience, consistency, and persistence to stay on target and get back on target when you get off. Where I love this affirmation. This will help you if you want to use it. Wherever I go, there goes my heart. That'll help you. Just begin to see whatever you speak, your heart and your soul and your inner child, that innocent child hears you. And they will help you. If you keep saying it, the more you say it, the more they realize she means it, he means it. And they're there to help you all the way. But you have to keep saying it. You have to keep letting them know, and your inner true self know, you are getting this. You are doing the work to get it, thinking with your heart. Excuse me, I'm going to cough here. Excuse me. And here again, my time with the Native Aboriginals and First Nation peoples, I was told week after week in the sweat lodges by the elders, learn to think with your heart. They knew us people, us human beings, we so needed to hear this over and over again, and for it to even begin to sink in. It's true. In all the spiritual communities I've ever participated in, and it has been a lot in the last 40 years, they repeat things, repeat them, because that we need that. We need that constant reminder to keep us on track. We need that. It's like we're reprogramming this conditioned mind. We're reprogramming it in a new way, where every time we repeat something or hear something again, it's going through the nervous system right to the brain, and you begin the retraining, reconditioning process. And every time you do it again, you feed it again, feed it again. So you learned fear by practicing and believing certain things over and over and over again. Now you undo it by practicing the opposite, loving practices, loving words, loving confirmations, loving energy over and over and over again. And you gradually transform the negative conditioning that causes dis-ease, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Heart coherence feeds every system, all 4 systems, to come into optimal functioning. Fear shoots all that down. Head alone shoots all that down. So it's worth it to learn how to anchor into your heart and heart coherence. So to learn to think with your heart, they knew we needed to hear this over and over and over. When I heard it, I didn't know how to do this. Didn't have the foggiest clue. Thinking with my heart, what the heck was that? I didn't know. But I just trusted because I was there by my soul's guidance, by my heart's guidance. I was there. So I was going to stay there and keep learning. And gradually I figured it out. By experiences, I figured it out. By experiences of love, growing, I figured it out. So I stayed in my heart as much as I possibly could, and I loved it. I loved it. I gradually learned how to think with my heart and get better at it. I realized that hardly anyone knew much at all about their heart and its power. I realized that a foreign concept that our culture has, I realized what a foreign concept that our culture has about heart versus mind and head. It was kind of shocking to me to actually realize this, throughout my last 30, 40 years. Our culture has little understanding about heart and its divine power. But that should not stop you or anyone from getting the understanding by sticking with what works, based on teachings of our Native Aboriginals, Dr. Kildare with the Heart Math Institute, people like myself who've really stuck with it. I'm deeply grateful for our Native Aboriginals and First Nations people, for their elders have never forgotten about the power of the heart, and that we were always meant to live from the heart, as the natives know. That's how we get our world back. That's how we get Earth back to where our heart needs it to be, to where our heart needs our lives to be on planet Earth. Our culture lost that wisdom a long time ago. The power of the heart, we lost it. And fear has grown on this planet ever since. I'm so grateful to Dr. Kildare and the Heart Math Institute, for they are bringing this ancient wisdom back to our planet, our families, business groups, and world, the power of our hearts. Now, the natives have always had that. For thousands of years, they've had it, and they've kept it, and they've nourished it. And I'm sure Dr. Kildare probably has spent time with them, with these beautiful people. The planetary energy carries all that each of us carries within us. So we have much personal inner healing to do and positive change to do to create positive change for ourselves, for each other, for our planet. We have to practice heart coherence day after day after day and more to get back to learning to think with our heart, as all of the people of the earth once did, and to honor our duty to making this world a world of heart again. That's our duty. You will feel so good when you do that and stay on that path no matter what. And you will experience validations after validations that you are doing what your heart and all true hearts have been guided to do throughout our planet. I wrote that in 2018, guys. God rewards courage. Key point, God rewards courage. So have the courage to keep up your heart coherence practices and become active in your healing processes. So let's do a meditation right now with heart coherence. I'm going to take you back to your little innocent child, and maybe in the womb or just coming out of the womb, and an original, a fear that began at that time. And we'll do some healing today. So get comfortable again, back straight, feet flat on the floor, and begin. Just close your eyes. You can put your hand on your heart if that helps you focus on your heart. Just focus on your heart. Take your focus down, down, down into your beautiful heart. Just go deep into your beautiful heart, your heart chakra. And begin to breathe a little bit deeper and slower than normal, as though through your heart chakra. And let us feel peace. Peace. Deep peace. And begin to breathe that feeling of deep peace in with each breath, in and out through your heart chakra. Peace. 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 Take a moment and say, I am grounded with Mother Earth. I am in the present moment. See those roots going deep into the earth. Feel your earth star chakra and your root chakra let you know they are grounding. Back into your beautiful heart, breathing in and out with the feeling of peace. 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 And now I want you to visualize that you're gathering a flannel blanket, a blue color or pink, depending on if you're a boy or a girl. Gather a soft flannel blanket for your little innocent child. Your newborn, you're about to be born, and your newborn baby, your innocent child, original self. And holding that soft blanket to your heart, let yourself go to the time, go way, way back, way, way back to when you were in your mother's womb. Breathe some peace and love through your heart chakra to that little baby. That little baby, an innocent little child. I see that child responding. It loves your loving attention. And now it's time for that little baby to be born, to travel through the birth canal. Keep breathing love to it and peace to this beautiful, innocent being, this new little child coming into the earth, coming into life on planet Earth. Help it through the birth canal. Keep breathing peace and love to its little heart and its whole body. And now it's being born. And you're going to wrap that newborn baby in the soft flannel blanket. And you're going to hold that baby to your heart. And you're going to say, welcome, little child, into the world I'm creating of love for you and me. Welcome, beautiful, innocent little child, into the world I am creating of love and peace for you and me. And that little child is looking into your eyes. You are its new mother. That little child is feeling a moment of safety and care. Oh my God, it's hoping you mean it. It's hoping you mean it. That little child is looking to you for hope and faith and strength and love, power. You are its mother, and it wants to feel safe with you, and you have that duty to give it safety with love. Joy, joy, joy. A new life is beginning. Now let's just take one little piece of fear that probably formed in the womb. So let's just imagine that little piece of fear, a clumped up bunch of energy in your cells somewhere. And we're just going to breathe some love to it. Holding your baby to your heart, still, and breathing love to a fear that's in your cellular structure somewhere. And it's beginning to soften. Love will soften all your fears, triggers, and traumas for your healing, loving attention. One little bit at a time. And now, just say to your heart and your little child. We will practice heart coherence, smudging, grounding, and heart coherence every day together. Every day together. And so it is. And when you're ready, just enjoy that moment for a bit. When you're ready, you may slowly come back into the room, the Zoom room. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to the beginning of healing fear and that little innocent child wants to heal and play and blossom. So I just want to make a couple of announcements before I close this video down. I do many teachings via email. My email address is below. I also have lots of information on my website. Lots of information about heart coherence. And I also would love for you to join my email list and my tribe. So please feel free to email me or go into my website and join from there that you would like to join my Heart Awakening tribe. I call it Evolving Hearts. Evolving Hearts. And I have a sale on right now for the Heart Coherent Training starting in January, close to mid-January. That is a $100 off the regular price. And it includes a training device and 8 hours of training. And registration is limited. So if you're interested, please let me know and register as soon as you can to get a good price. And I don't know if family members would be interested in joining with you, but I am encouraging that a lot, to have 1 or 2 family members join with you so that families together can begin to do this hearts evolving together. So I ask you to please like my video below. Please press the like button and become a subscriber if you aren't already, so my channel can grow. And forward this YouTube to any who you think this can help, may be interested in this YouTube. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm here to help humanity and grow hearts evolving tribes and tribe. So have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. I will be back soon. Hey, hey.